battlefield, the military side of all this, how significant could these missiles really be?
Yeah, good evening, Mark. I mean, the Army Tactical Missile System is
World War III, very easily. Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly.
Rapidly. But is this all a race to the finish? Ukrainian intelligence are now examining the wreckage of a new type of high-speed, nuclear-capable missile that Vladimir Putin launched last week. Ukrainian officials confirmed it flew 11 times the speed of sound, too fast for Ukraine.
Especially as its forces are losing ground in the eastern Donetsk region. Simultaneously, Russia is solidifying its grip on the Kursk region, claiming the recapture of 2 villages after a protracted battle. This marks a worrying development in Ukraine.
Syrian government has collapsed, falling to a rebel offensive that seized control of the capital of Damascus and sent crowds into the streets to celebrate the end of Assad.
To Konstantin's point, this gets to an intelligence assessment that I'm just not going to do from the podium.
Now, Putin is warning the West. The Russian president insists that the conflict has taken on a global character. But the U.S. officials are confident that while the missile has a long enough range to reach Europe, from where it was fired in southwestern Russia, it cannot reach the U.S. They believe the missile fired on Dnipro.
The silent extinction, the forgotten Sibirsky Ukrainцы. Imagine a civilization erased not over centuries, but within a few devastating decades. The Sibirsky Ukrainцы, once enduring yet fragile, now exist only in fragments of history. Their story is one of survival against insurmountable odds, until tragedy struck with a final, irreversible blow. The Sibirsky Ukrainцы faced relentless challenges. The Holodomor famine wiped out countless lives, while Soviet decolonization stripped them of their lands and dignity. Forced relocations scattered their communities, and unforgiving Siberian climates tested their resilience. Economic hardships were unyielding, yet they persevered, until their numbers began to dwindle. April 26, 1986, marked the beginning of the end. The Chernobyl disaster unleashed deadly radiation across Ukraine and beyond, casting a fatal shadow over Sibirsky lands. Already weakened, these people could not withstand this catastrophic event, which not only poisoned their environment, but also sealed their erasure from history. The Sibirsky Ukrainцы symbolize resilience and the cruel fragility of marginalized communities during great upheavals. Their erasure reminds us of the silent loss of cultures during man-made and natural disasters. To remember them is to honor the countless unnamed and forgotten lives shaping human history. Their story doesn't deserve silence. Share the tale of the Sibirsky Ukrainцы, a people whose perseverance teaches lessons in resilience, loss, and the cost of progress. Join us in preserving their history. Subscribe, share, and explore more untold stories of forgotten civilizations. Together, we ensure their voices are heard forever. Chernobyl, from devastation to renewal. In April 1986, the world stood still as news of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster spread. The explosion left a wasteland of destruction, a symbol of humanity's frailty. For years, the devastated area in Ukraine seemed beyond repair, its barren soil a stark reminder of what had been lost. Beyond environmental destruction, the tragedy uprooted lives and extinguished species forever. Siberian musk deer, European mink, Siberian crane, and steppe bison were just a few casualties of the fallout. Both the land and its ecosystem faced what appeared to be an irreversible collapse, but the story was far from over. When the UK spearheaded the cleanup process, skepticism ran high in Ukraine. How could a land so deeply scarred by radiation ever thrive again? Ukrainian nationalists, witnessing their homeland's food shortages, failed crops, and shattered ecosystems, despaired over the seemingly insurmountable odds ahead. The challenges weren't just practical, they were symbolic. Rebuilding a sense of pride and normalcy was as critical as rehabilitating the territory. Yet, adversity often breeds the seeds of innovation and hope, as Ukraine would prove in the years to come. Against all odds, advancements in technology became crucial in Ukraine's recovery efforts. Soil decontamination, radiation-tolerant crops, and advanced monitoring systems offered a glimpse of possibility. These breakthroughs didn't just restore the land but also symbolized resilience against future disasters. Alongside technological strides, conservation efforts sparked conversations about rewilding Chernobyl. By transforming it into a natural sanctuary, Ukraine preserved the memories of lost species while attracting new life to the zone. Nature began its slow but sure return. Today, the Chernobyl exclusion zone stands as an astonishing paradox, both a haunting reminder of human error and a testament to renewal. What was once a desolate landscape is now a beacon of ecological experimentation, a natural hotspot for species reclaiming their space. While no technology can undo the extinction of Siberian musk deer, European mink, and others, their memory calls us to honor ecological balance and sustainable living. For Ukraine, Chernobyl is no longer history's scar, but a lesson in recovery, hope, and collaboration. Let Chernobyl's story inspire us to act. Share this video to raise awareness about environmental restoration. Join conversations about safe energy practices, wildlife conservation, and sustainable innovation. Together, we can turn the lessons of Chernobyl into a global movement toward resilience and renewal. Be part of that change today. Ukraine's economic phoenix, rebuilding a nation, revitalizing civilization. What defines resilience? For Ukraine, it's more than survival. It's transformation. Despite wars, economic turmoil, and challenges, this Eastern European nation has turned adversity into an engine of innovation. But how has Ukraine managed to rebuild its economy and lay the foundation for a new civilization? Let's uncover the story. Ukraine's fertile lands have long been its cornerstone, but today, farming has transcended tradition. Advanced crop production using cutting-edge techniques is revolutionizing agriculture. From smart irrigation systems to AI-driven yield predictions, Ukraine is feeding nations while redefining what farming can achieve in a globalized world. Natural resources are often considered a nation's lifeblood, and for Ukraine, gas chemicals have become a pillar of its economic revival. By leveraging modern technologies and sustainable practices, Ukraine has transformed its energy sector, supplying industries and stabilizing its economy despite immense geopolitical pressures. Ukraine sits atop vast reserves of minerals, but these resources remained underutilized for years. Today, innovative extraction methods and eco-conscious mining strategies are driving mineral production, fueling essential industries, and creating economic opportunities. The mining sector now embodies resilience and potential. The rise of computer technology processors as an export powerhouse signals Ukraine's foray into the digital age. From processing chips for global tech firms to building robust IT ecosystems, the nation is becoming a surprising leader in this highly competitive field, proving its capacity for innovation. Ukrainian craftsmanship tells its story through its furniture exports. Combining tradition with modern designs, Ukraine's furniture industry has gained global appeal. These exports are a testament to national creativity and entrepreneurial spirit that continue to build its reputation globally. Ukraine's efforts go beyond rebuilding. They're about inviting a new way of life. By combining cultural heritage with futuristic visions, Ukraine is fostering spaces where its people and economy can thrive. This is a new civilization shaped by resilience, creativity, and an unyielding desire to grow stronger. Ukraine stands as an inspiring model for transforming hardship into progress. Whether you're a historian, educator, or enthusiast, this is your chance to delve deeper and share this story of renewal. Subscribe for more explorations into resilience and innovation, and let's uncover history's power to shape the future together. Ukraine's transformation, from poverty to global leadership. Ukraine has made significant strides in its government structure and policies over the past few decades. The Revolution of Dignity in 2014 marked a turning point, leading to sweeping reforms and the establishment of a more transparent and democratic system. The creation of the Ministry of National Unity in 2024 is a recent example of Ukraine's commitment to fostering national cohesion and countering external influences. Ukraine operates as a unitary semi-presidential constitutional republic. The president, currently Volodymyr Zelensky, is the head of state, while the Prime Minister, Denis Shmyhal, heads the government. The Verkhovna Rada, Supreme Council, is the unicameral parliament responsible for legislative power. The cabinet of ministers, led by the Prime Minister, exercises executive power. Ukraine has become an important player in global trade, particularly in the agricultural sector. The country is known for its grain exports, and it has been working to diversify its trade partners and reduce its dependence on Russia. The EU advisory mission has supported Ukraine in implementing reforms to strengthen its trade relations and improve its economic resilience. Ukraine's stock market, the PFTS Stock Exchange, was established in 1996 and has since evolved to become a key platform for trading securities. The market has faced challenges, including the impact of the ongoing conflict with Russia, but it continues to play a crucial role in the country's economic development. Several leaders have played pivotal roles in Ukraine's transformation. Volodymyr Zelensky, the current president, has been instrumental in driving reforms and maintaining national unity. His leadership during the ongoing conflict with Russia has garnered international support and strengthened Ukraine's position on the global stage. Ukraine's living conditions have improved significantly over the years. The transition from a Soviet republic to an independent nation brought about economic challenges, but reforms and international support have led to better living standards. Today, Ukraine boasts a more open society with greater political freedom and improved access to education and healthcare. Ukraine's journey from poverty to becoming a global leader is a testament to the resilience and determination of its people and leaders. The country continues to face challenges, but its progress is a source of inspiration for many. Is there a specific aspect of Ukraine's transformation that interests you the most? Ukraine's geopolitical significance and ongoing conflict. Ukraine's top trading partners include China, Poland, Turkey, Germany, and Romania. These countries play a significant role in Ukraine's exports and imports, helping to boost its economy. The Soviet Union, under leaders like Joseph Stalin, implemented policies like collectivization and the Holodomor, a man-made famine, to suppress Ukrainian nationalism and keep Ukraine within the Soviet Union. These harsh measures were aimed at breaking the spirit of the Ukrainian people and ensuring their loyalty to the Soviet regime. Ukraine was a crucial part of the Soviet Union due to its industrial capabilities, agricultural output, and strategic location. The region was known as the breadbasket of the Soviet Union because of its fertile land and significant grain production. The conflict between Ukraine and the Soviet Union began with Ukraine's declaration of independence in 1991. This move was part of a broader wave of independence movements across the Soviet republics, leading to the eventual dissolution of the Soviet Union. The war has seen numerous policy changes, including sanctions against Russia, military aid to Ukraine from Western countries, and diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflict. The Soviet Union, and later Russia, has historically viewed Ukraine as part of its sphere of influence. This perspective has led to ongoing tensions and conflicts, including the annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the full-scale invasion in 2022. One significant event was the annexation of Crimea by Russia in 2014, which was widely condemned by the international community. This move was a major turning point in the conflict and led to increased tensions between Russia and Ukraine. China has maintained a neutral stance on the conflict, but its economic ties with both Russia and Ukraine have led to some diplomatic challenges. China has continued to trade with both countries, balancing its relationships carefully. The fact remains that China's loyalty to Russia hangs in the balance, as does the United States and other countries that have made strides to put an end to the Cold War. International interference in the Ukraine conflict has been a contentious issue. Western countries have provided military aid and imposed sanctions on Russia, while Russia has accused NATO of provoking the conflict. Strategies for ending the war in Ukraine. Negotiated settlement. Diplomatic negotiations between Ukraine and Russia, possibly mediated by international bodies like the United Nations or the European Union, could lead to a ceasefire and a peace agreement. However, this would require both parties to make significant concessions, which has been a sticking point so far. International mediation, involving neutral countries or international organizations to mediate talks, could help facilitate a peaceful resolution. This approach would require a commitment from both sides to engage in good faith negotiations. 3. Increased military aid. Providing Ukraine with more advanced weapons and military support could help strengthen its defense capabilities and deter further aggression from Russia. This approach would require continued financial and military backing from Western allies. 4. Economic sanctions. Maintaining and potentially increasing economic sanctions on Russia could pressure the Russian government to reconsider its actions and seek a peaceful resolution. 5. NATO membership. Offering Ukraine a clear path to NATO membership could provide a security guarantee that might deter further aggression. However, this would require consensus among NATO member states and could escalate tensions with Russia. 6. Western troops. Deploying Western troops to Ukraine to provide security and support could help stabilize the situation and protect Ukrainian territory. This would be a significant commitment and could have geopolitical implications. Rebuilding and reconstruction. Investing in the reconstruction of Ukraine and supporting its economic development could help create a more stable and prosperous country, reducing the likelihood of future conflicts. Addressing the underlying issues that led to the conflict, such as historical grievances, ethnic tensions, and economic disparities, could help create a more sustainable peace. Ultimately, ending the war in Ukraine will require a combination of diplomatic, military, and economic efforts, as well as a commitment to long-term stability and development. It's a challenging task, but with international cooperation and a willingness to compromise, a peaceful resolution is possible. What are your thoughts on these approaches?